Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family, and today I'll be talking about the coronation, which will take place on Saturday the 6th of May, if all goes according to plan. Much of this coronation will be unprecedented, and I understand also that Prince George will become more involved than usual for a grandchild, and I believe it's to keep people focused on the benefits of a monarchy and the positivity of such. Also, Camilla has requested that her grandchildren be in a very significant role and very up front and centre as she wishes them to be involved in her anointing. Quoting from the Royal Collection Trust, "The anointing is the most sacred part of the coronation ceremony and takes place before the investiture and crowning. The Archbishop pours holy oil from the ampulla vessel into the spoon and anoints the sovereign on the hands, breast and head. So Charles will not be the only one being anointed, Camilla will also. The late Queen got on well with Camilla and made it clear that she wanted her to have the title of Queen Consort rather than Princess Consort. I think she felt that Charles has waited his whole life to become king, and by his mother living to such a good age, it obviously increased Charles's waiting time for his one important role in his life. He was trained from a child to be king. However, Camilla was not trained from a child to be queen. Having fell in love with Prince Charles as a young adult, she became his mistress after they both married other people. Then Charles married the one that was chosen for him to bear his offspring, the heirs to the throne, or rather, the heir and the spare. It was very important for the then Prince Charles to have his wife titled as his Queen Consort, and his mother knew this. There are many British people, especially and others all over the world, who were and still are offended by the fact that Camilla will be Queen instead of the late Princess Diana. Many also feel that she should never have been given the title Queen Consort in any way, while others believe that she stayed dignified and kept quiet and dutifully did her charities and supported Charles. She, in fact, did no wrong, and she suffered the wrath of the nation, who was still reeling from the loss of Diana. Time being a great healer has meant that Camilla has been more widely accepted as Queen Consort. However, it is now being said by the palace that she will drop the consort and be just known as Queen Camilla. I think that there will be divided opinion about this, so whether you're a monarchist or not, this coronation is set to be very different from previous ones. Camilla wants her grandchildren to be front and centre at this coronation, as she wants them to be involved in her anointing by holding the canopy over her. Not sure yet what Prince George will actually be doing, but it's been said that they want him to have a role, but not to be doing anything which will cause him to be overwhelmed by the public. At the coronation of George V in 1911, the Prince of Wales, who was to be the future King Edward VIII, knelt before his father and recited the words, and I quote, "I, Edward, Prince of Wales, do become your liege man of life and limb and of earthly worship. And faith and truth I will bear unto you, to live and die against all manner of folks. So help me God." When the Queen was crowned in 1953, the most senior peer present was the Duke of Edinburgh, and he knelt before the Queen and pronounced his words of homage. I would guess that Prince William will kneel before King Charles and say something similar, if not the same, as what was said to George V. Tradition has it that it would be the royal blood princes and senior peers who pay homage to the new monarch. They will place their hands between the king's knees, swear allegiance and touch the crown and kiss the king's right hand. So it's been said that it's likely to be just Prince William, who is now the Prince of Wales, and senior peers, which would probably be few, if any, due to King Charles slimming down the monarchy and also the coronation as well. Apparently, some of the aristocracy are complaining that they haven't had an invitation and are questioning what the point is of being part of the institution if you don't get an invite to the coronation. I think it's just as well that Harry probably will not be there, as it would be difficult to not include him in the homage part of the ceremony, where King Charles would want to have both sons taking part, and it would not be worth the risk as Harry is so unpredictable. Also, there's no way that Prince William would show homage to his father with his brother by his side or even walking behind him. Those days are long gone. One interesting coronation ritual, and I wonder if Charles will have this at his, was when the king or queen rises from the coronation and ascends the steps of the throne. If Prince Charles does this, which seems likely, he will be holding the sword of state. When the Queen was crowned, a statement was read which goes as follows, and I quote, "The Queen, having come to the throne, was then lifted up into it by the archbishops, the bishops, and the other peers, who thereafter stood round about the steps of the throne, and the archbishop, standing before the Queen, pronounced the exhortation, beginning with the words, and I quote, 'Stand firm and hold fast,' end quote." Interesting choice of words. Almost sounds like she's been put at the helm of a ship. Back to the subject of Camilla's new title, and the media are running with this and pointing out that it was widely assumed that she would never be called Queen when Charles ascended the throne. It sort of appeased many of those at the time who still had a grudge against Camilla regarding Diana. Buckingham Palace have already been pushing this, and they are saying that the name Queen Consort is cumbersome and it would be simpler for Camilla just to be known as the Queen. But there are those who feel that she should not be called Queen because the Queen who reigned for decades before her and only relatively recently passed away should not be replaced so quickly. Bad enough, some say, that Meghan and Harry used her nickname Lilibet to name their alleged second child. I must admit, I'm surprised they're pushing the title Queen so soon, before the coronation even. The first sign of this was last week when Camilla launched the Queen's Reading Room, when she updated the name of her charity from the Duchess of Cornwall's Reading Room. Also, the court circular may reflect this change as well. Back in 2005, when she and Charles became engaged, a palace statement said that it was intended that Mrs. Parker Bowles should use the title HRH, the Princess Consort, when the Prince of Wales ascends to the throne. Well, that soon changed, didn't it? Then we have the Queen, taking it one step further when she says, on her 70th anniversary of her ascension to the throne, she said, and I quote, "It is my sincere wish that when the time comes, Camilla will be known as Queen Consort as she continues her own loyal service." So the public got used to that idea, and now she's just 2 months away from being crowned as the Queen. Let me have your thoughts on this. It's quite controversial and people are very divided over this at the moment. Oh, and on a lighter note, looks like Meghan is wearing a moon bump again, and it looks like a 5-month moon bump, maybe bigger. Take a look. What do you think? And how about the news that South Park are going to feature moon bumps in the next episode? Can't wait, can you? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.